ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. عن ابن عمر رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: الاقتصاد في النفقة نصف المعيشة. In this hadith, Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that al-iqtisadu fi nafaqah, being economical and calculating in one's expenditure, this is nisful ma'isha, half of the livelihood. This means being able to assess well where we should spend our money, how much we should spend, what things we should buy, all the various means of spending for necessity and otherwise. If this is done properly, nisful ma'isha, which is half of livelihood. This will enable us to continue life in a way where we will be content with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we find that people wasting so much money on things that they don't even need, from endless toys for the children to contracts for personal usage. And then the people buying the televisions and the huge cinema-sized screens, everything they find advertised and shown to be advancement and fashion, the people are investing huge monies for this one. And this all goes against the deen of Allah and the example that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has shown to us. Even it's not even just wasting the money and israf and going beyond one's need, but falling into the haram and the forbidden things and the maharim of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The TV itself is an instrument which is haram. From that TV, how much haram is shown, and immorality and immodesty, and it's a means for the shayateen to convey their message to the people and take over the minds of the people. And you find watching that TV, young children to the teenagers and even the parents and the family all together, and in front of them you'll find the music and people dressed wrongly and doing actions that are against the moral good standards. And when the parents are watching this and the children are there, they have accepted this means, that this is fine and acceptable. So the TV itself is something that people should be staying away from. They should be even throwing this away. This is the biggest sadaqah. More than even giving money in the path of Allah as charity. More virtuous will be to get the TV and throw it away. Even it costs £2,000. This is how much fitna and fasad is the TV. But the people, they have become overtaken with what is the normal custom. That every house must have not only one TV, many TVs. And the same goes with the phone and so much haram. Amma necessity, this is something calculated separately. People, maybe they need the phone, they need the computer. My television, we can't argue we need this one. There's no need within television that the house needs that one. But rather, the house should be focusing on a loving family environment, wherein there is the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the recitation of Quran, the praying of a salah, and time for all the good works of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within the home and family, extended family and the community. People haven't got time for this one. We tell the people to give time for, be it the mosque or the community work, or time for family, an extended family, friends. People haven't got time to fulfill their rights of the other people and needs of the other people. Because we have to allocate so much time for the futile actions, that tire us away. Even people watching the football and different programs, and through the sport and leisure, they miss their salah as well. And the children are in the same state, watching their parents doing this one, and they're permitted as well to do this one themselves. So this all come within this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Al-iqtisadu fin nafaqati nisful ma'isha. It's not just about being careful in our spending. It's about making the right choices, that when we spend the money and the rizq that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us, we spend it in those things that will bring to us the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the things that will cause the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to descend upon us, to descend upon our family and our home and every part of our life. This is what it means within al-iqtisad. Such calculation is not just about maths and adding and subtracting. It's about the calculations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and doing those things that will bring us barakah and blessing as well. And that means within our spending, it should be in the halal things and the things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow. And we cannot calculate halal or acceptable and what is different to this according to social norms, according to what our family are doing or our community are doing. This is not the criteria for this one. The criteria, should we be buying the television or buying other things in our home? These are against the deen of Allah, against the Islamic life of a good practicing Muslim. We should calculate this according to our learning and the teachings of the people of knowledge, the ulama, and the people Allah has sent as a guide for us. And how will we know about their life and their standards and what they see as good and acceptable and the best way of guidance and light for the people? We have to travel to those people. We have to find them and visit them and see how they live, and then we can taste what is the life of Islam and the life in which the true Iman can be found. And also we should remember the example of the Sahaba, the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In a hadith عن النعمان بن بشير رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال ذكر عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه ما أصاب الناس من الدنيا. النعمان بن بشير رضي الله تعالى عنهما, he narrates how Umar bin al-Khattab رضي الله عنه had mentioned about the people at his time in the Khilafah of Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, when the Muslims had become wealthy. They had more wealth because they had been so victorious in so many battles that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed the Muslims with the ease and a much more comfort and the wealth as well of the dunya. So at this time, Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he had narrated and he had said, لَقَدْ رَأَيْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَظَلُّ الْيَوْمَ يَلْتَوِي. That the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he remembers how verily many days would pass. Yaltawi, and these were the days of great difficulty of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ما يجد من الدقال ما يملأ به بطنه. That even in these many days would pass, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would not even find a daqal, those dates that have gone bad, that even with the bad dates he may fill his belly. I mean, they went through days of starvation, struggling and difficulty. And so Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he want to remind the people and tell to them how even if we have ease, even if Allah Ta'ala has, alhamdulillah, given the dunya to us, that we must remember the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this was the choice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Had he wanted, he could have had much comfort and ease. By the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the Muslims in the latter stages of Islam, they had become so much stronger, and they had become financially more stronger. But Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, till his death, he had chosen the life of humbleness, and he sacrificed very little all the time. And this was the final example that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wanted to show to the ummah, that this is the best way, the way to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to abstain from this dunya and the love of this dunya, and seeking comfort only through the comfort of the dunya. We should be looking for the comfort of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our heart should be content with the deen of Islam, and learning about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, living like him, learning about him, spending time in the house of Allah, and engaging with the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is where our comfort should be. And then every obstacle of the dunya, Allah Ta'ala will make the way for us to oversee this one and overcome every problem of the dunya. So then, following on from this, next part of the hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam continued, وَالتَّوَدُّدُ إِلَى النَّاسِ نِصْفُ الْعَقْلِ, that to have the loving compassion and good character, this is a half of the aql and intelligence. This means we have to be a people who they have the love within their heart and the good character, and how we speak with the people and deal with the people as well. At-tawaddudu ila nasi, I mean all the people we may deal with in life, whether they be our relatives, whether they be the strangers, or whether they be our neighbors, every type of people, we should look that we deal with them in the most best of the ways. That's why in the hadith, عن أبي الدرداء رضي الله تعالى عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: ما من شيء أثقل في ميزان المؤمن يوم القيامة من حسن الخلق. Abu Darda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that on the day of judgment, nothing will be more heavier on the scales of the believer than the good character, husnul khuluqi, to have the good personality. This will be the heaviest thing on the day of judgment that will take the people into Jannah, into the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to have that good character and apply this in our life to everyone, in all the different situations we may encounter. Even that mean when we are angry or frustrated, or we are in emotional state of sadness, and any emotional state we find ourselves within, we have to be able to control ourselves and at all times have the good character. At-tawaddud mean to be loving and caring in any situation. Even someone, they do something wrong, we want to correct them now. We want to show them the good example to rectify themselves. Not to put them down, and not to highlight the sin and expose the people. At-tawaddud, this means be with the people how we want to be dealt with ourselves. Show that character and personality that will be good for them, and will show our love to them. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna Allah yubghidul fahisha al-baghi. that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, verily, He hates the person who they speak freely. That means they speak bad about the people. Freely they go around just saying anything they want. This shows that from the good akhlaq, most important is the tongue. We use this carefully and we use it in the ways that are pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that it should not cause harm to the people. So we deal with the people with the kind words and the kind actions and the good personality. And that personality should be in line with the Rasulullah Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The good akhlaq encompasses everything, not just speaking good and being kind and friendly. The akhlaq of a mu'min is everything around the iman of a mu'min. That's why in the Hadith Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Akmalul mu'minina imanan, ahsanuhum khuluqa." That the most complete of the believers in their iman, in their faith with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the one who has the best of the personality, akhlaq, the best of the characters. So in this one hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he has made a very direct, immediate link between the iman, the faith, and the husnul khuluqi, the khuluq, the good character and personality. That means someone can't have the good iman and their personality is bad, and they are a person with bad character. And so this means for us to make sure we are on the right path, both of these things have to be coordinated. Our iman is strong, and in line with this, we have the right personality according to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And what is this personality? Like I said, everything. Because the iman in the heart, where does the blood go from the heart? It goes everywhere in the body. So the iman, this should be in every cell of the body. And the akhlaq should be displayed through every cell and part of the body as well. Physically, emotionally, verbally, and in our external appearance, everything. It should be looking to be like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. إِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said about his beloved Rasul Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that verily he is on the most perfect of personalities. إِنَّكَ لَعَلَىٰ خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You are on verily the most perfect and best of characters. That means in every single way we should be looking to be like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his personal life and with his family and with the community, and the example in every way that he has shown to us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us his tawfiq, inshallah. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the last part of that first hadith, after explaining about iqtisad, being calculating in one's expenditures, being half of living, and about the good character and loving nature to the people, being half of intelligence. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَحُسْنُ السُّؤَالِ نِصْفُ الْعِلْمِ. That asking the good questions, حُسْنُ السُّؤَالِ, the good questions. That means the questions which are beneficial to them. By asking the good questions, this is half of the knowledge. Subhanallah. After talking about the livelihood and living of a human being and about the intelligence of the human being, now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam comes straight to the knowledge, completing by explaining to us how we will achieve both of these targets, only through achieving the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taught to us by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The knowledge is the most valuable thing and the most important way to achieve the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Sahaba ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'een, they used to ask Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam thousands of questions all the time, both about the deen of Allah, about the revelation of the Quran, about every part of Islam and every part of their life they had with their family and their circumstances in their life, within their community. Everywhere they were asking questions to get the guidance of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The people should find the ulama and be asking questions all the time regarding any situation in their life. Never the people should assume, I'm fine, alhamdulillah, everything going good, and our circumstance is private. It's our own family and private, and we deal with it ourselves. Because then what happens? The small case become too complicated, and then we try to seek the help. Maulana Sahib, now the situation has become this stage. At this time, what can we do? Any cancer from the beginning, get it, stage 1. Don't just leave it thinking private and then go to the doctor when it's stage 4. It's too late now. Well, how much will they do? So we have to always be talking about our situation, regarding our wife, what problem there may be here, and even the youngsters should be taught this one. So many cases come that the divorce happen or separation and problem, and when you hear the story you're thinking, why this happened? How come no one came to just deal with the small issues? This youngster got married and they don't even know basic thing about marital life, and this, had they been just told, you should act like this or do like this, be him or her, the thing could have been resolved. So many cases come afterward, and you hear the story, you think it's just a lost case. How come any medical issue, we run to the GP? I have some problem here, I'm worried it could be serious. So we get the medicine and get better. We can't live with the problem a little bit, straight away phone GP, prescription. But our own life, we leave it to become a complete mess. So, any problem in life, straight away regarding our family, our business, our home, anything trivial, we should be seeking the guidance of the people of knowledge. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying. Husnul su'ali nisful ilmi. Asking the question, the good questioning, this is half of knowledge. So may Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq. We go to the people of knowledge and we ask the questions about our life. Even the health question as well. The people now, they will only assume the deen of Islam and the people of Islam and the Imam and Maulana only for salah and dua. Maulana sahab problem hai, koi dua bata. I want some wazifa. Koi wazifa hai, kitab de dijiye. But this is only the thing. When the people have even the health problem, they should go and ask the ulama, because why? Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he has taught to us this one. All the books of the Hadith, they talk about at-tib an-nabawi, the prophetic medicine, the medicine of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In Islam, there's a vast, expansive knowledge of a medicine and a ilaj, and how, whether it is medicine or any other part of life, we have to go and seek the guidance and the light of the people of knowledge, with the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His beloved Rasul Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So these were the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There's a much light and guidance within this, full of wisdom. May Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq, we act on this fully, and we seek every means to act on everything we hear on the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These teachings will allow us to live a life of peace and harmony, and also a healthy life, and also a life that is successful as well. Because this is exactly what was the example of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ajib is the situation of the Muslims. The Muslim, they love Rasulullah for sure 100%. And they know he's successful as well 100%. Anyone they ask and think about Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, how great he is. But yet they don't look to live like him. When it comes to their life and worldly affairs, they go to the dunya. They go to the secular system. Halanki Rasul sallallahu alayhi, he's everything. There's not a single subject but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught to him. Because he was Khatamun Nabiyyin. There was no Nabi after him. So he had to teach everything. And there's nothing he has left out as well. Of any form of a knowledge, there's nothing that he has left out. So it's ajib and more ajib that the Muslims, after loving him and saying this one with their tongue, but yet their heart don't look for him. Their heart is only running after the dunya and people of the dunya, thinking that we will reach the success that way. May Allah bring our heart to the Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to the deen of Allah and the guidance and light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.